Sorry for the music. This is We Talk Combats. We are the brightest, best, and blackest combat review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else. We appreciate everybody for joining us here. Had a nice week of wrestling, I should say. Sorry we're a little late. Stuff happened and all. I always tell folks that we're color folks, so definitely hit the notification bell when you're at it as far as following the show, because we may be fashionably late from time to time, but that's what we do. Now that we're here, we're going to drop that hot stuff for y'all. But if you could, while you're at it, just back around and haven't subscribed yet, do me a favor, do everybody else a favor, hit the subscribe button near BA's shoulder down there, his left shoulder. Also hit the like button, notification bell again, so I don't remind you that we may be late from time to time. We may do shows sometimes not on Sundays at 3, sometimes Saturday afternoons and all as well, but you want to be notified whenever we drop this hot stuff. We also do watch-alongs damn near every day of the week, so I think we drop content every day now. What's that? Every day, but Saturday. I think AAA is now a regular Saturday thing. So I think we're now going to be dropping content basically every day of the week, guys. So definitely hit the like button, the subscribe button, notification bell, and all that stuff. We'll be hitting you up some fire every day of the week. Follow all of our socials, because you definitely want to follow our Discord as well if you're a member of the channel, or subscriber to the channel, because you have access to the videos, the video access of WWE, TNA, Evolve, anything else involving WWE over there on Discord, and also some events like MMA and boxing. So we appreciate you guys joining us. If you don't know already, with all that said, my name is King. I'm 1/4 of your host here on We Talk Combats. I'll explain why it's 4/5, because we sometimes have a guy Devin around, but he's our tech guy in the back. He's the one that handles all the stuff at Discord and all, so we appreciate him. But I'll go around the room and introduce all the rest of my co-hosts as well, one by one. If you don't know them, first and foremost, my baby queen. How are you today, babe? All right. We're gonna go over to Travis as well, bro. How are you today, Travis?
No, what I was gonna say is my camera is frozen. My camera was frozen. I just caught that. But hi, how you doing? It's a little rough Sunday, but Saturday night main event kept us warm. How are you doing?
I'm great, babe. Thank you so much, Travis. Now we can go to you, bro. How are you today, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. The weather's kind of ugly today. You know, huge snowstorm. Got a week of wrestling to talk about, so let's get into it.
Let's talk about it. All right, BA, bro. How you doing down there, bro? How the snow got you in the family? You okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. But I did order a damn pizza. I don't care if they gotta show up like Cole and Martin. I better get my pizza. So that's just what it is.
Over there, BA. But all right, y'all. If you don't know how this show goes, y'all, we give our highs and lows of the wrestling week. That includes everything that was WWE related, including TNA for announcers. They have a partnership and any MMA, boxing stuff if that happened. But major ones that happened. I know we had an event this weekend, but we didn't get a chance to watch it, so that won't be included this week. We'll give a full review of the week, not straight into full details of every show, and we won't go into like match cards or anything like that. Just give a basic, highs and lows, what we thought were the main points of the show. Then we'll give a letter grade after that. You can give your opinion as well. Feel free. If you're interested in talking to us, hit us with the @ WTC for We Talk Combat, so we know you're talking to us. We'll get to your comments at the end of the show. But after the reviews, the highs and lows, we get to some wrestling tea, which is some, gossip or some rumors and all you may know about wrestling going on right now that we found out. We want to share with you guys. And like I said, at the end of the show, we get to the questions and comments, which is questions and comments from you guys. We get to your questions, comments, as long as they're respectful, we make sure we give you an answer back. And if you're watching this on replay, you can definitely hit us with a question and comment, as folks do have in the past, and we will get back to you as well. We always do. But with all that being said, y'all, lastly, I know I'm talking a bunch. We Talk Combat Clips. We drop condensed versions of our shows over there. Please like and subscribe over there as well if you could for us. We drop all the hot short versions of the shows over there. We appreciate you guys for doing that. And now, with all that being said, let's get to our highs and lows. Nice week of WWE and TNA product, guys. We started off with Monday Night Raw. Main point of the show being that Finn Balor and CM Punk got to wrestle each other for the first time in WWE. That was exciting. We'll talk about that and more with the show. Tuesday, NXT. We had the debut of Ilya LaFleur. Over in NXT. We'll talk about him and the rest of the show. Shout out to Evolve. And I think I got this from, I'm going to give credit. Always give credit where credit is due. Pro Wrestling MMA News. We had Kendall Gray defeating Wendy Cho over there. TNA Impact had new members of the system with Cedric Alexander and Bear Bronson joining them and kicking out the other members. We're talking about that as well. SmackDown happened again. Jacob Fatu returning, giving a promo backstage with Cody Rhodes and more. We'll talk about that as well. If you didn't know, we had a PLE as well, or a semi-PLE. Sami Zayn is a new number one contender after winning the Fatal 4-Way match between himself, Randy Orton, Damian Priest, and Trick Williams. And we also had a little bit of AAA action last night where we had the Psycho Circus retaining their AAA Tag Team Championship. So I'll go around the room one by one. We'll get everybody's opinion, and we'll start with you, babe, Queen. What were your highs and lows of this week's WWE product, and what's your overall letter grade?
So just like every other week that leads up to a PLE, and in this case we got double PLEs, well, mini PLE, and then we got the big one this upcoming weekend. So we saw Gunther, as I said, I'm not really as worried about him and AJ Styles last match in Royal Rumble. I kind of don't care about it, but I would say that actually Finn Balor versus CM Punk when they were in Belfast, I don't really expect like a whole lot from CM Punk, but Finn Balor put on an excellent match actually. And even though he lost, he got a lot of a huge uproar from where he's from, and everybody really enjoyed the match. And I feel like I hadn't seen Finn Balor in a while, anyways, but it kind of makes me sad. I feel like he's like been built to lose the last probably 10 matches that he's done, but at least this one looked good. We had more of the Rio build up, which is I would say one of the weaker storylines as we're currently following. And it was their like whole build up to Saturday main event, which we'll get to that, I guess. But I did say this on the live that I think Roxanne Perez is actually like starting to look pretty good actually out there. And she's young, so she's got a lot of development to go for her. And as long as she stays around a lot of veterans, she has a good career ahead of her. As I said, Raw is just not like the stronger show of the week for me anymore. It actually used to be last year, crazily enough, but this year it just really isn't. So I'll just move on to SmackDown. SmackDown, it's been fantastic. Not even just since Trick's been there, but the build up to Trick has just been fantastic. And Cody Rhodes came off like a Republican in his little backstage with Jacob Fatu, talking about Jacob Fatu himself saying he went from EBT to WWE, and Cody Rhodes, saying, the reason why you were in jail and why you ain't going to make it is because, you're just out of control. So he was trying to show his control. And I do think this was cool leading up to the stuff that happened in Saturday main event. Like, I actually really think it was really appropriate. And it was a nice build up. But my thing is that I don't, I feel like when it comes down to stars versus superstars, a lot of times, like, I think that them going off camera for a while is really good development for them, like mentally, because they are on the road a lot of the year. So it's good for them not to just recharge mentally, but also recharge and like tweak their look, their brand a little bit better. And I do feel like the time off really helped Jacob Fatu. I don't like him still personally for the, probably like episode last year we can talk about. Just quick plug to that old episode of Is He a Culture Vulture? But if I looked at it like, as someone that has no idea of Jacob Fatu outside of wrestling, I would say that he looked actually really good and really formidable. There was some more stuff with the Vision. I feel like the Vision has already been lost their steam, but I think they're getting to the end and to their collapse. MFTs and the Vision only really exist because Roman's not there. So without like Roman or somebody else to really drive their stories, they tend to burn out. The MFTs, they're getting close to it, but I'm still enjoying it. But I do feel like we're going to be getting close to a story burnout with them in the Wyatt Six soon, unless they rebrand them and give them some sort of other storyline. We also had Trick coming out. Trick definitely stopped. Well, he interrupted Sami Zayn's speech. Sami, had to do like another speech. Interrupted all that. like everything again was just a build up to Saturday's main event, which was going to be him, Damian Priest, Randy Orton, and Sami Zayn. So all SmackDown was kind of a build up to that, but it still was pretty good. They did show Jade having a match with Chelsea Green, and then Jordan Grace was there, and I kind of feel like I hate sometimes agreeing with the internet, but people kind of were right that it was one of those situations that we didn't even need that. I know they just did it just to put Jade on TV because everybody's been saying, "Hey, Jade hasn't had any matches. Jade hasn't done this. Jade hasn't done that." So they just threw her up there, and Jordan Grace just sitting there to just get up at the end and stand up and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna see you at Royal Rumble." It was kind of lame. Like we could have did without it, but at the end of the day, I understand why they did. They did it just to shut people up and put Jade on TV for a little bit. Um, yeah, I mean, that was really basically it with SmackDown, but I thought the Saturday main event. I really can't say enough really about it other than like it definitely was giving PLE finally. I feel like Saturday main event did not really give PLE other than that it had flashing lights and it had the sign. And the last Saturday main event was John Cena's, right? Yep, when we were in DC. So they had a lot of big shoes to fill in terms of attention, but the arena was full. There was a lot of great moments during the night in terms of just technical behavior from I think just about every match except for our bathroom break match of Rio. Um, but I do feel like this PLE did a really good job of not just establishing Trick, but also showing that they're really mindful about how they want to direct his trajectory right now, and that they are thinking ahead of things. They are thinking of things ahead of time, in terms of not wanting to have him lose, making sure that he still looks strong, even though, we had Damian Priest, we had Randy Orton there, and they both looked extremely strong. And I do believe that they build Damian Priest there just so that Trick wouldn't have to lose, Randy's wouldn't have to lose, nor Trick have to lose. So I understand the point of it. They had to put Sammy over, and then again, hometown hero, and obviously they want big things for him to happen in the Royal Rumble. So I'm not necessarily mad at it. Um, let's see. Oh, we had AJ and Shinsuke, which was actually a good match too. Like as I said, all the matches were actually pretty good. But Shinsuke and AJ did show that they have a good chemistry together in the ring, and that it was a good show. Like it was a good match. And I could see that it meant a lot to both of them to be able to have that match before AJ's rumored retirement at Royal Rumble. But yeah, basically, Saturday's main event was a really good show in terms of displaying. Well, one, we hadn't seen him in a while, so it was nice to get back to seeing him kind of on a regular basis. But they did a good job in terms of trying to build a good story, a story that can lead into Royal Rumble. I feel like they usually fall short of just throwing these PLEs out there and then disrupting the storylines. But this one actually kind of it works. It works to build into Royal Rumble. And it was also again a good showcase of who we I guess consider our superstars as opposed to just our regular stars that are on the roster. Um, I guess that's really all I have to say about it. I would I still would probably give this week.
You don't want to
Oh
before
yeah, I forgot about AAA because I did watch more of it. I was the host of AAA over on our watch along on the channel, and we did see a four-way match over there on that side. And like as you see, if you're not watching at home, it's showing Psycho Clown and Pagano. They actually had won, and they were against some Machine Gun Kelly's. Um, Dag, I just remembered it last time. Machine Gun Kelly's, and just and some other people, but it was actually a good match. This AAA I noticed was a little bit shorter, so there wasn't that many matches of the night, and that the main focus this time was really on Penta, because I guess Penta has like the sort of the Reyes competition coming up, and that they have a fatal four-way before that to kind of establish, I guess, who he's going against. So like you'll see like Apollo Crews there, La Parker is going to be there, and like two other folks are going to be there. So I actually kind of I kind of understand now more of what they are doing in terms of Penta's character over on the other brands now, because he is kind of hot shit over there, and so is his brother. So I kind of don't mind that I'm not seeing much of him on the rest of the shows right now, and that he's kind of being put over there, because it is kind of helping. I mean, it is kind of helping that they have actually, Ray Mysterio as well, doing a lot of stuff with AAA too, because it is giving them a showcase to showcase their stuff without muddling up the rest of the main storylines that are kind of going on in the main two shows. So I feel like that's cool. That's at least giving the Latino Hispanic community their storylines that they can watch and follow, without taking away from our stars on our roster. But it was short though. Like I feel like the other one was longer, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe it was just more going on, but I feel like this one was short. Um let's
I think because
say
it was their first episode, it was an hour and a half, and from now on
yeah.
it'll be an hour though. I think.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense because they did have like some backstage segments, but unfortunately, a lot of them were all in Spanish, so I couldn't really catch a lot of it. With Penta's little promo he had in the middle and was doing an interview, and he was talking about getting injured in the Royal Rumble last year and just all the things that he's had to go through, and that he can't wait to reunite the Lucha Bros, and that's really the goal that he has in mind, and that if there's other people that kind of match their mission, then they might come along too and join the Lucha Bros, and that it might be a bigger faction. I thought that was kind of cool to give him his little backstage promo over there. But for the sake of time, I'm gonna say that I give this week. Actually, backtrack real quick before I give my letter grade. I do want to say too that Trick was getting major boos and cheers, and that was like pretty impressive because we saw how over he was in Europe, but in Montreal he really got to feel being a heel and was talking crap to them and saying "ferme la bouche," telling them to shut up to the crowd, and like he really had him like all pissed off. And I was like, oh, he's loving it. He's like eating up that part because I don't feel like he really necessarily had got booed yet when he's done his live shows. This was, I think his first experience of really getting booed on the brand, and he took it like a champ. And he still ran his promo with Sammy, and Sammy couldn't like keep himself in character. But I was going to say that this weekend was a really great. This whole weekend was a great display for Trick, and that he did show now that he can. He showed basically everybody on the TV that doubted him was like, well, how is he gonna be able to handle getting heat as a heel? And I'm like, well, now he's gotten heat and as a heel, and he showed that he could take it, and he could still like keep himself going on the mic and still put on a great show. So I did want to bring a focus to that because I know there's a lot of people saying that he was going to falter there, and he's shown that he didn't falter there. But I will give this week a B. I wanted to give it a B plus, but until Raw gets better, it's gonna keep bringing the week down for me, because it always starts it on a note where I'm just waiting for Fridays, and I wish Raw would get a little bit better. So I will give it a B minus because I do feel like this Raw was kind of meh.
All right, so we start off with a B minus. We starting off positive again. I think we started off that way last week. Travis, what are your highs and lows of this week?
Yeah.
Some product, bro, or WWE product, and what is your
Mhm.
letter grade?
All right, so for Monday Night Raw, AJ, if this is your career, I'm a salute to you. One hell of a career. Well, first, I don't know what's worse with Maxine Dupree. It seems like now she's digressing. Backtrack a little bit because before she won the Intercontinental Championship, she had those 3 matches. Hell of a job, everything like that. But these past few matches in Monday, I don't know if she got married. Maybe I'm gonna give her some slack about that. But it's gotten worse. Now, I will say this: I could flip her roles with Kendall Gray because they basically like the same kind of gimmick. They basically wear the same outfit, really. But I think Kendall Gray need to come on the main roster, switch out with Backstage Dupree, and let Backstage Dupree go to Evolve. Now these women's tag team titles. I'm not liking the promos, huh?
Travis, before you continue,
Yeah.
are you saying that she should go to Evolve, or what you trying to say?
I'm saying that Maxine Dupree needs to go to Evolve.
Okay, so
and bring
just
Kendall
Evolve?
Gray up to the main
Oh, all right, okay.
to the
So,
main
okay.
roster.
All right, I don't think you catching my drift, but okay, all right, go ahead. Go ahead. I
Okay.
had something prepared, but you ain't ready to
Oh,
send her
okay.
there yet. So okay.
But okay, so these women's tag team championships, I'm just tired of the promos now. Just pair them together, just throw the match together because it's getting boring for me, really. CM Punk, Finn Balor, I thought that match was pretty cool. The Finn losing, that was great. That was wrong. So NXT. Now, this new dude is Elio LaFleur. These things decent. Would you like Gray say? But
I would just say LaFleur. Keep going. That's why I stay quiet. Keep going.
All right. So anyway, this dude Elio, he seems all right. Now him losing it on his first night, I'm concerned he might get buried a little bit. Now I know another cat that's a Frenchman. He's overseas. He's the hottest thing in wrestling right now. Hot in fish grease. He's French too. Also, if Ricky Sosa was on NXT right now, he would have got the dub. Ricky Sosa.
Saints.
Yeah, I knew he was going to do that. But anyway,
bang bang. Sosa.
That's right, Sosa. Bang bang. No. So anyway, I thought these qualifying matches for the ladder match later on down the road was pretty decent. Now I've said about the one, it said like now Josh Briggs needs to go. He needs to get black screen. His only interesting thing that's going on for right now is the little fault that comes out the side of his skull on his vest for real. It's not working for him no more. There you go. He's officially all elite. Now I wish that there's somehow, I don't know when he is. I think that Tony needs to start talking. I mean, the text is cool and everything, beating everybody up, but now it's like I'm getting tired of it really. But just get on the mic and just say something every now and then, Now for Evolve, I thought Evolve was okay. I love the first match, Kendall Gray, Wendy Chu. I thought that was pretty cool. Now, I will watch this again because I want to learn more about the story between the ID cats, the WWE ID cats, and the PC dudes. Now, this was like my second time watching an episode of Evolve, but this is like that whole, story that seems interesting. So I'm definitely gonna be tuned in Wednesday to watch that and look out for that. Now for Thursday, TNA. I thought that Moose and Cedric Alexander match that was pretty great. I enjoyed it. Now, with the ending and all, with the whole system situation, it feels like there's another story I want to get deeper down the line with, because going back to I want to say Genesis, where Dangover had retired, how when Undertaker and John Cena, they retired. They each took off, a piece of, article of clothing and sat it down in the ring. But when Dango did it, he just went, kissed the mat and everything. And even when the Dudley boys, when they retired, with the Hardys, the Dudleys gave the Hardys their wrestling boots. Now, that's what I touched. Oh yeah, so back to this Dango thing. I don't think that his career is just going to end on basically a blatant low blow, because this seems kind of weird. Like your last, memory of 10 days is you in a fetal position, laying down on the ground with a blatant low blow. But anyway, SmackDown is basically like for the past 3 weeks, man, the show, I want to say. Even though we got Jacob Fatu right now, I don't know if he banging or not. I don't want to, put anything out there on a man like that. But
He went
I
a lot
thought
of
Trick was
red.
great. I know he won a lot of red, right? But Carmelo, Ilya, another banger match. Trick, you can't go wrong with Trick right there. You know, Trick is our guy. Now, what I want to touch on? Oh, this Jade situation. I mean, I get what the internet is saying about her not wrestling. I mean, I actually really like see Jade over on TV screen, you know, performing in wrestling matches. Now, we'll say something about Chelsea, but that's that's a little further down in the episode. At Triple A. Triple A was good. I felt like what Queen said, it was also short again. Now I do miss Kodak being on the commentary, on the table and everything. Now I'm looking forward to these fatal four ways that's coming further down in the future because Apollo's was basically one of my guys. You know, fan of Apollo. He's now Jack Cardwell. I'm sorry. Now I seen him perform in AAA. I thought he was pretty cool. The Parker, awesome. Now with this last match with the fatal four-way tag team match, I don't know who these dudes are. These are my first time I had these dudes. The Tokyo Bad Boys. Yeah. Now I don't know. That's like who did their theme music or anything, but get them in more AAA matches as possible because they got the hottest music right now, AAA, I believe. But the match was cool. Now, I will say this about the most Motor City Machine Guns. I think they need to go back to SmackDown, get them off of AAA but the whole thing with DIY being gone, I don't like how these matches between Johnny and Nathan are going. Like, we basically know that Tommaso is gone. Just bring them back and just get rid of this whole thing between the two completely. But other than that, I'm giving this week's worth of wrestling a C. I'm just giving it a C.
Did you call Saturday Night Main Event? I don't think you just said Main Event.
Oh, I'm sorry. But
yeah, you've graded it already.
Yeah, I was too. See, no, because it's too much because it's too much going on. You know, it was wrestling every day this week. But
yeah, you ain't lying.
Say that Main Event. I thought it was like not the best. I would say not the. I want to say the last one. The last Saturday Night Event was the best one, but I think this is a definite second. But the only thing I had a problem with is basically that what Queen called the bathroom break with the women's tag team match. But other than that, this whole thing was cool. I love the Cody and Jacob segment, starting off, hot. I've enjoyed the wrestlers fight. The referees didn't do anything, try to, break it up too much. Just let them fight throughout the arena. So I thought that was cool, but I'm still going to give it a C for the week, though, for the entire week of wrestling.
So we got a B- and a C so far. Get to you, bro. BA. What were your highs and lows this week? Wrestling product, and what is your overall letter grade?
Jesus, I've hit the mute button too many times. No, so let's start off with Raw. Raw was cool. No, it wasn't. It was trash. It started out with the AJ promo with the career ending thing. All right, is there some credence to that? His contract is up in February. That don't mean that he can get extended or anything like that, but it does make it seem like, hey, this could be it for AJ. So we're gonna throw that out there against Gunther. Okay, it makes somebody want to watch that match because this could be the last time you see AJ Styles. I'm okay with that, at least on the WWE brand. I still think he gets retired and then goes to TNA, but. Javon had an injury scare. Thank God there's nothing crazy. Looked like they already said that he's pretty much good to go. So whatever it was, I heard everything from concussion to shoulder to wrist. This is not like regular sports when they got to literally say what it is. Who knows what it is? And I wish they'd be a little bit more clear with some of their injuries. But, it definitely wasn't a work. but it looks like he's okay. So that's like the most important thing, because I would like to see him versus El Grande Americano. Like that was something that I was actually kind of wanting to see, and I didn't get to end it for that match. So that kind of sucked. Becky Lynch and Natalia came out, which was cool, but she came out in full gear, so you knew she was gonna get into some type of action. So that was like damn, she should have just wore some jeans or something like that, whereas though I can still have that element of surprise. But she came out decked out. I said, okay, she's gonna fight some kind of way. But she turned on Maxine. That gives Maxine something to do for the next couple of weeks because I'm tired of her going against Becky Lynch. But I want to say something about the number one botch in this match, because it was a couple, but it wasn't bad overall. Maxine this was actually one of her better matches, but she had like 6-7 of them against Becky, so this goes on the better side. The heel kick, the spinning heel kick she does, she completely overshot Becky, and I was like, "Wow, how does one do that?" Because it's like you don't see that, and then I remember Trick, and you've seen it multiple times later on in the week when Trick does his, because it's very similar. Trick has peripheral vision. Maxine does not, and I think that you'll see Trick like start off at one angle, and his foot would like move, like he moves his foot so he can make sure that he has contact versus the opponent. And I was like,
well, I think what you're trying to say is you don't got to keep your legs still. You're literally kicking somebody.
Correct.
Use your
You
foot
have
to
to
go
move
to
it.
the person facing all. You feel me? Like
that's all you got to do. Even if you got to go down from up to down and stuff, you have to move, and you have to keep this thing fluid, because it's wrestling. It's fluid. This thing is moving. It's not a stationary target every single time. So, with that being said, Maxine Dupree, she can take her talents to Evolve, and then on the way out the door, if you want to be honest with you. There we go. That's the setup. That's the cue. That's where she could go. She could definitely take her talents to the black screen. But because she doesn't necessarily need to be on the roster. But just backtrack on Travis a little bit. That don't mean Kendall Gray. I know you were just saying just to get her out of here. I would like to see Kendall Gray on NXT and then have her have more promos and things like that. I don't want to shoot her up too fast, but I know you were just doing a quick comparison just to get Maxine out of there. I know that. We had the Vision versus 3LW. That was cool. Nothing special in this particular match. Austin Theory is becoming a jobber right before our eyes, back to a jobber. This is one of the worst reinventions I've ever seen in wrestling history. This is going bad very fast. So they need to change or alter. Seth comes back, add another stipulation. Something has to happen, because this is not working the way it is. Along with the Vision itself. I mean, God, Logan Paul was better solo than what he's doing right now. I don't even hear Logan Paul promos or anything. He's full time. I don't even hear him talk anymore. And that was probably one of his selling points, because he actually was one of the heels, like a genuine heel. Finn, this match, Finn versus CM Punk, this did what it's supposed to do. It made you seem like Finn had a chance of winning when we all know he did not. But it was at certain points where it was like, oh, Finn can win this. He wasn't, but it was like you have to have that element of belief or disbelief in certain situations. And they did that. They did what they supposed to do. And like I said last week, I knew Finn was going to give CM Punk a great match. That's what Finn Balor's phenomenal. You couldn't tell that they like less than 4 years apart from each other, but Finn Balor is amazing in the ring. I think he really needs to think about, or creative needs to go ahead on. Bring back the Prince, bring back the Demon, bring him back to what he was. Whatever he's been doing is not working. It's just not working. He can be great with other people. Let him be great. This is terrible. But all in all, Raw was Raw. NXT. NXT was cool. I like Ethan Page versus Ilya LaFleur. That was cool, but Ethan Page got the victory. And then NA champion for a long time. I like Ethan Page. I do want to see him get called up, but he's good. He's good where he's at for now. Joshua Briggs loses to Shiloh. I don't care about that. All I care about is people like Joshua Briggs needs to get called up to the main roster just to lose. We need to bring back the old school jobbers that come and just lose every single week. I don't expect you to win. I need you to make other people look extremely dominant so that we can keep things going. That's what he needs to do, because he's a face, like not necessarily like the face heel face. He's someone that you can like, oh yeah, it's Briggs, right? Let him lose every week. I don't care. He does not need to win a single match whatsoever. Let him put over other talent, because he's done in NXT. He's done. There's nothing for him to do. He's losing in NXT all the time. So just put him up and have jobber matches in on the main roster. Just keep things flowing. Don't need no storyline for time to time. Shout out to Jada Parker, Miss Parker. Phenomenal promo. I was that's the one thing I was saying, like, she's not necessarily the best at, and within her time off, she must have been working, maybe doing some type of classes or something, but she came out, she's owning the ring. All attention is on her, and she knows it. I'm telling you, just for Black women in general, she owned that promo when it comes to just being an attraction in the ring. I know that all eyes on me. Most thicker Black women, most women with shape curves and all that stuff, some of them feel like, and I don't want to talk too much on it, but it is like, some people kind of shell up and things like that. No, you got to own that, sister. You got to own that. And she had a promo where she's pretty much saying, I own who I am in this ring, and I'm going to be somebody about it. That's beautiful. It was a beautiful promo. So shout out to Miss Parker. And then she's going to go against Blake Monroe. I like to see how this works out. These two need to get called up. They will be getting their call up depending on how this rivalry goes. So I like to see that. I'm not going to talk too much more. Let's go to the main thing here besides Miss Parker was the triple tag match. This was a phenomenal tag match. Kendall Gray was a part of it. Zaruka was a part of it. Ren QCC was a part of. That's JC Jane crew. Like, all these people were like in it, and it was high intense. It was moving. It was impactful. Things was happening. That's what I want to see. That's a great tag match, and I wish that the main roster had that type of I don't know. It's not even chemistry. These people don't wrestle like that all the time together. They just knew what they were doing, and they were just good at being tags. And it's just, I don't see that no more. So as much. So they need to take notes from the younger people. They need to take notes from the NXT crowd. Like, they was really put on a great triple tag team match. And when you see other tag matches later on in the week, completely night and day. But we're going to go over to Evolve. Kendall Gray versus Wendy Rule. That was a good match. Kendall Gray is showing you she's a fighting champion, because that was impromptu. That was not billed. So shout out to Kendall Gray. Travis, you was talking about the ID. So it's the ID and the PC. So you got the ID crew. And the main one out of that for me is Cappuccino Jones. He's a great, phenomenal young wrestler. And then you got the PC crew. That's pretty much led by Cam Hendricks, in which they had a match where the PC versus, it was like a gauntlet style type match between the two, and the winner get to choose their particular own. They get to run the show in a few weeks.
Okay.
So next week, if I'm not mistaken, Cam Hendricks is going to literally run the entire Evolve show. So we'll see how that pan out. And it was, like I said, it's a good. That's pretty much what Evolve is now when it comes to the male side. The champion of NXT of Evolve, he's literally signed to NXT as well. So it's not like he's going to stay there much longer. So you're looking at pretty much probably the next Evolve champion with Cam Hendricks, which is, no pun intended, homegirl husband, Maxine Dupree. So maybe
I know you're talking about.
And like I said, the main thing for me,
bring it back together.
Go ahead. Facts.
I say you bring it back together.
Evolve was Kelly Armstrong versus Carmen Petrovic, or whatever her name is. This wasn't a spotlight on the winner. Kelly lost, but she's on NXT. She's doing NXT dark matches and things like that. So she's waiting for a chance on NXT. She performed very well. It took 2 finishes to beat her, so she's putting over the other people from Evolve, and at the same time looking dominant in the process, even if she gets an L. So shout out to Kelly Armstrong. Can't wait to see you on a regular when it comes to NXT. TNA, like you said, Cedric beat Moose. That was That was cool. Mike Santana had a promo. I fell asleep, had to wake back up through it. The Feast of Fire match. That was entertaining. I didn't see this, so I guess this is something that they do from time to time. With the briefcases and everything. So some might be a championship match, or somebody might have a fire in the briefcase. I think it was supposed to be like crazy, and that's exactly what it was. It was stuff everywhere. People was just doing everything in this particular match. But it was one wrestler in particular, Trey Miguel. He was part of the Rascal Squad, and then they got fired or whatever. So then they got released, I should say. Then the AEW picked them up, but then 3 out of the 4 stayed in AEW, and Trey was like, I'm having mental issues or something like that, so I'm not really ready to go, although he promoted going to AEW. And then now, I guess AEW fired his ass, so he showed up back on TNA. I'm like, what the hell? This is all within a week. This was within a week he did all that. So there's other stuff involved, is backstage politics at play, but he's back on TNA, so that's what that was. So it was good to see him, and clearly he might get the 5 briefcase, which would be hilarious, but he got a briefcase, so we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, and Hardy beat homie Lee. That was whack. That briefcase match should have ended the show, in my opinion. And yeah, and Moose and JDC got their ass whooped. I didn't care. The briefcase thing should have ended the match for me, ended the card. SmackDown. Let's go to SmackDown. Of course, you're gonna have the Final 4 promo, and that's exactly what you got. The promo out the Fatal 4. What you're gonna have. Randy didn't show up. He showed up later. That was cool. Trick was the one, of course, person to stand out, and he does that every week, and he's gonna do that for the rest of his career. So I'm not gonna keep saying he stands out when it comes to the promos and things like that, unless it's something different. He just grabs the attention without you even noticing. Like, this dude is just like he got that. Like he has it. So Mello versus Ilya, that was interesting. Not because of that. The real MVP of the show to me was The Miz, and I tell you why. The Miz talking to both of them backstage. The Miz interrupting their match. Hopefully it does one thing, and it takes the U.S. challenge away from Mello. Maybe Mello might actually be in a rivalry storyline versus the challenge, because he's running out of people. There's nobody else to fight. There's done. There's nobody else to fight unless you're gonna start challenging the losers of the Fatal 4. Like, there's nobody else to fight. So just stop it. Just let's have a storyline. Let's have the Miz. Let's finish. They never finished that. Let's finish that. Let's add Ilya in this triple threat thing or whatever. It's not the best, but it's something. Whereas though we can start seeing promos and things from Mello. We can have promos from Ilya to see how good he is on the mic, because his mic skills pose a little shaky at times. And then the Miz is gonna let you get over, but the Miz might show you up. He might outclass you on the mic. So you have to be prepared for that. I need to see these things from some of these other up and coming wrestlers. So hopefully they build on that and they move forward with it. That's why I said MVP gets the Miz for just interrupting this U.S. challenge thing that's going on, because I'm tired. I'm really tired of saying that. Cody and Fatu promo, that was great. It was shaky at times, because I was like, Cody, don't go too far. Cody, don't go too far. Don't go too far, because I know we had our issues with Jacob Fatu. I know we had our issues. That was one of our best shows when we first started out. We clearly stand on 2 different sides with Fatu. But at the end of the day, I was like, Cody, you starting to talk like people that I don't like. Come on, hold on, Cody.
He still ain't a racist white person.
Yeah, exactly. It was on that lane, but he didn't drive through. He stayed right there. But no, it was cool though. Sometimes you need that. You need that in wrestling. And like I said, that helped the next night tremendously. So this promo was needed. So I'm glad they actually had that. Chelsea Green versus Jaden Jordan. I'm not really worried about that. That was a wash away. But Jordan said she's in a Rumble, and I know we're going to talk about that later. But at the same time, does that mean I don't think they're going to fight during the Rumble? So if they're not going to fight during the Rumble, then what are the interactions for? Like, Jay just called out Jordan on social media for saying like, "Yo, did you take a shot or whatever like that?" After Jordan called her out, so I'm like, they are having some type of rivalry. So then just show it, as I've been saying week in week out. Let them have fitness tests. Let them have bodybuilding tests. Let them have like workout tests. Let them have fun with it, because at least it gives Jay something to do other than the matches that we already know she's going to win. It's just something different, and I think they're missing the opportunity with that before it's too late. I think that's okay. So we got the NFTs. Thank you for finally winning the tag champions. We're gonna leave that alone. So I brought up the tag team match on NXT because this tag match with Lash, Nia, Julia, all these guys, it was trash. This whole match was trash. It was trash. The best spot, I guess, Lash had one of the best spots when she pretty much manhandled Alexa. That was very tough to do. So the fact that she caught her doing a maybe a tornado DDT or something, rotated her around her body, and then did her move on top of that. That was crazy athleticism. So shout out to Lash on that. But I don't know. Maybe the worst person in this match was Charlotte. She might need to go back to solo because she just can't keep up with the flow of a match. Everything slows down, and then she has a move where you have to literally wait for her to do the cartwheel to get the clothesline. It's the worst, one of the worst moves ever. Please,
you say send her back down to NXT for the third time.
You said it. I agree with it. With that, we're gonna move forward. In the last match, Damian Priest. So you know what was going to happen with this match. You know how it was going to go, how it was going to end. Everybody's going to come out there and do their thing. It's the Fatal 4 thing, right before the promo, or right before the Saturday Night Main Event. I will say this. I think maybe for the first time I've seen, like the second time actually, I think maybe the moment was a little bit too much for Trick. And I'll say this. Let me fully explain this. I think he was just a little angsty, little nervous, because he's still a rookie. He's still a rookie on the main stage. Like, he's on the main stage right now. So I think he was a little too stiff. Pause with Damien. I think he smacked him up like real talk a couple times. And that corner shot, the stair shot, you got to be careful, man. He did kind of throw him, and Damien did open chest that. So I don't think that was a work. I think he was really hurt. But he did enough to keep the match going. So shout out to Damien. And I'm gonna go ahead on and segue that segment to Saturday night's main event. For him to kind of, to me, looking at Trick, for him to have those kind of small errors, these are small errors, but it was errors nonetheless. He completely righted the ship the next night. I didn't see not one thing that he was like, I was like, oh, that was a little too stiff, or maybe he did that. No, he was perfection in his own right when it came to Saturday's night main event. So that showed me he can bounce back. Even if he has minor errors, he can bounce back the next night. So I extremely like that from Trick. That shows that's like a veteran thing to do, and he actually performed very well with that. And I'll stay on this match. Of course, we know Sammy was going to win, but being predictable doesn't mean that the match got to be bad. This match wasn't bad at all. Everyone had their spots. Everyone had their moments. Randy did his thing. He was trying to break that table. That was fun to watch. It was fun to see him try to break the table, and he didn't. And it stayed up. So it was a good match overall. So shout out to everyone that participated. We knew Damien was going to be the one that was going to lose and get the pinfall. And that was cool though. So Sammy won. Sammy is going to go into the Rumble, going for the title. I hope he loses. We'll talk about that when we get there. The opening match was great. It was great. And I don't like to use the word great too much, but that's just what it is. Homeboy, Cody, 5-2, the Bash didn't even start. It was a 50-50. You know how they do the 50-50 decisions and stuff like that. So they made McIntyre look like a monster. Like, good. Finally, he was getting slapped up and stuff. Jesus Christ. Like, let him look like a damn champion from time to time, like a menacing champion just once. And then they botched it by having him run away, like at the very end. He looked like, shout out to Skeletor, shout out to He-Man trailer, Masters of the Universe. He looked like Skeletor. He had a great moment at the very beginning, and then he ran away at the end. I'm saying, no, Drew, you're not supposed to do that. Who's booking this? It's like it's like two people had an idea for Drew, and they went with one, and then they went with the other one. No, he should just had that one moment and just get him out of there, or continue that moment towards the end of the night, so at least he can have one night of being dominant amongst the other competition. AJ, cool. Shinsuke, that was cool. It was better than a WrestleMania match. I'm not going to talk too much about that. It was just a match. I wish they did a video package of their history. They could at least did that. Shout out to the promo team, the production team. You could have put something together. Saturday Night Main Event. We could have sat there and just watched it for 2 minutes and it would have been fine. Show some Japan clips in that joint. They didn't. They don't do too much when it comes to that. The tag match. The tag match is probably the worst spot of the week. Of wrestling. This is the worst thing, because once again it involved a referee. Listen, the match was botchy, but if you want to botch, make it a quick botch. Make it real quick and you just keep moving with it. And I think they was doing that until that. I was like, yo, Rhea was nowhere near this pinfall, and the referee stopped, hesitated, pointing at Rhea, and then EO kicked out. I said, what the hell? What is going on? Like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't see these things when other people was running the company. I didn't see botches like this. This is so trash. Like, can you not just go with the 1, 2, 3 and then say, we messed up, guys, but you fix it later on, like the next night or something like that. All these people on Raw, have a rematch or something like that, and then keep it going. Just anything. You cannot mess with the integrity of the referee. It makes everything. You heard the crowd. The crowd was like, what the crowd, you can hear the crowd deflate. The crowd literally deflated because they seen the 1, 2, 3. So I think that was one of the worst things of the week. They gotta do better at this. It's like I seen like Paul just has I have a script. The script is going to end the way it's supposed to end, and I don't care how it gets there. It gets there. Sometimes you gotta be. This is fluid. This is wrestling, baby. Some things happen. You gotta be fluid. We gotta be able to move around. We gotta have different outcomes. We gotta have Plan B, Plan C, Plan D. You gotta keep this thing going, and they don't. And it's just like the product is suffering from this. So that was my main thing. It took me forever to get to it, but at the end of the day, that was the worst thing for me that I've seen in the week. That you cannot keep playing with the integrity of the referees. It is terrible. And AAA was fine. I literally watched AAA while we did the intro, while we did while Queen was talking, and while Travis was talking. I saw all 3 matches while they were talking. And it was, like I said, it's entertaining. It seemed like other teams, other brands, other people are just getting the idea of how a tag team thing should go. It was a lot of tags in this. And it was just the whole match was just like the whole night was entertaining, even the one-on-one spot or the joint. So it's like, it's cool. I can't name the people that's involved in it. I don't watch AAA enough, but if it's weekly, like King said when he opened up, then it's like, Paul. So it's like, okay, I'm going to watch this week in, week out. So I'm going to start remembering these guys' names and things like that. So please forgive me for not knowing or butchering. I'm a butcher names regardless, but I'm gonna understand these guys, and it's gonna be fluid like everybody else. So it was just a fun night of AAA. And I look forward to the next week. Phenomenal spots throughout that joint though. But all in all, even with the botch when it came to Saturday Night Main Event, I'm going to give it a C. I'm going to give it a flat out C, because we cannot continue to have Raw. Raw needs to be better. They need to have more impact. So hopefully this is something for Finn to bounce off and have Paul and have like a great career afterwards. Like, don't just have Finn go back to playing a video game. And like I said, the botch on Saturday Night Main Event is the main 2 things that kept this from a bigger and a higher rating for me. So sorry to be long-winded, but that's what I got from it. C, flat out. Muted.
Thank you, bro. So I was saying we have a B minus, C plus. Oh no, Travis, C minus, right?
No, it was a C. I gave it a C too also.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
And 2 C's. So B, C, C.
It was 2 C's.
All right. So I'm gonna give the show a C plus. I'm gonna get a week of C plus. Let me see. Start off with Raw trash. Still waiting for Oba. I told you the one piece changes the puzzle. It's just like what we saw on SmackDown. We're still waiting for Oba. I hope Javon is okay. I heard it really was a concussion scare. They showed the little thing before he went outside. He bumped heads at the ropes, and they went outside or whatever like that, and they called it off. So I think that's what happened. But we'll see this tomorrow or whatever what happens, because I hope if he's not there, then something may be wrong. AJ and Gunther, I think AJ may be retiring. Oh no, I don't care either way. I ain't gonna lie to you. Either way, it's fine. The Vision's garbage. Get Paul Heyman away from that group. I told you it's probably gonna be another failure again. Get him away from that group now. He does not need to be a part of them. He can be with Oba, somebody if needed. Like he can just move to something else. Just get him away from that group. Finn Balor, great showing. I don't know where you go with Finn Balor from here unless you go back to, like you say, the Demon and all that stuff, BA. Because there's nothing else for you to do still here. I don't know the next storyline, but to go against the Judgment Day finally. You got to finally do that. So I guess it's starting that with the little face change that he in the handshake and all at the end of the match. Maybe that's really going to happen. So we'll see what happened there. That's my main thing for that. NXT, it was cool. I'm still missing that star flavor. I feel like it was good to see Ricky Saints there, Ricky interacting with Ethan Page. I'm a fan of both, like VA said. I know Travis Hayes, I don't know why, man. Ricky Saints is the most entertaining guy on the show they got probably. But I'm cool with them. Thought it was
Sosa.
It wasn't the greatest NXT or nothing like that, but I don't expect that anytime soon. As long as it can be entertaining, I'm fine with that. We got to get, like I say, more star power and just more stories established. So I need a champion for real, but they'll be there eventually. Evolve, I was watching it in and out pause. I was doing stuff. I think I was playing with the OBS to like fix the show and all that stuff. And stuff was going on and went by so fast. I'm like, damn, I didn't know it was over now and all that. But it was cool to see the ladies wrestle and all. It's an interaction between the PC and the ID and all that type of stuff. Just knowing folks, seeing people from the ground up. I had never seen Evolve. It's my first time. So to see this and see, oh, these are really raw wrestlers. You feel me? From the ground up. Like these are really starting. Like, hey. So that was very interesting. But again, I'm gonna start watching it more just to get involved and see if I can stay involved in Evolve. Same thing, no pun intended. But same thing with Impact. Well, not the same thing, but Impact. It was okay. I'm trying to get into Impact. Like, I still don't know who are the top. So is Cedric Alexander a top guy in TNA? Like, is he a world heavyweight champion guy or world champion?
No, I don't think so. Like I would say Moose. I would say Moose. So yes.
Why Cedric beat Moose basically clean and then beat him up at the end? I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought Moose was a championship level dude, so he's just getting buried. But I don't know.
I don't think Moose was. Yeah, I don't think Moose was a championship since he lost the X Division championship, the joint that Leon got.
But isn't he a guy that battles for the world heavyweight championship? He was just battling.
That's what he's saying.
Joe Hendry and Trick and all them, right?
And even Oba.
Yeah. Yeah, Cedric Alexander, does he wrestle for a world championship at all?
Look, let's say I don't know about Cedric, but I know like Moose is on his way down. I'll say that.
Okay, so I got you. You think Moose is on his way down? I got you. So yeah, you're getting buried. All right, well, yeah, that's that. I don't know who is, like I say, who is who. Hardy Boys need to retire. Mike Santana, he probably won't have a belt long, bro. I feel bad when I say stuff like this. It was like, damn, bro. I know you're a person and all. You tell your whole story and all, but you're not it, bro. I'm sorry. You gotta get something. You gotta change it up, bro. And I know you ain't going all elite because you hate them. So yeah, you gotta get it together. You can get that belt to Nick Nemeth. Like, get the belt off of him, bro. Like, he don't. He just don't feel like a champion. You feel me? I don't know what it is. I ain't trying to be like Cody Rhodes and all.
I think no, it's just like Cody. He's a story guy. He accomplished the story. He accomplished his goal, the dream. Cool. All right, now you got to find another story. You got to do something else. And until then, you got to give it back to the people that's actually can run the show.
Yeah. Let me move over to SmackDown. Cody's transitioning, and I knew it would happen just with him dropping the belt and changing his character. I've been enjoying these past couple of weeks of Cody Rhodes. He's been showing that he can be involved without being the champion, and that's what a true guy is. If you can do that, then you are the guy. Thank you, Cody. You do not need the belt to always be relevant. Make stories and all if you're really that guy without the championship. I thought not only did he fall back as far as the stuff he was saying, BA, but I think that he was commanding the room. Like I know Jacob wasn't trash on this interview. Cody shined on that interview though. I was like, damn, Cody, okay, bro. Like Jacob was kind of stumbling a little bit, like stuttering a little bit. I'm like, all right, Jacob, you got to make sure you go with Cody. Cody was ready for him, was like, I got you. And no, he looked like the straight politician, like I'm there with my guys. He looked like an evil boss right there with his guys behind him, his henchmen. Look at him sitting with the guy right. That's what Cody looked like to me. So I feel like Cody finally got it. But Jacob, I'll get to Jacob more when we get to Saturday in the main event. It wasn't a bad thing at all. It was a good segment just in general. My only problem, I had two problems with SmackDown. Well, a couple problems. That Jade and Jordan thing, I'm starting to get worried about Bianca. I think Bianca is the plan, but Jordan, that's why they're not really like deciding or really going away, saying, hey, if I'm going to go this way or this way. They're not really going all in with Jordan, I should say, because I think the plan is really still to be Bianca. But if Bianca can't show up at the Royal Rumble, it's going to be damn near a year for a finger. Like something's obviously really wrong with her hand and all of that at that point. So I'm really starting to be worried. But yeah, I don't know that Jordan. Let me get that over with. Whatever we're gonna do with that Jordan Grace, her charisma. I was like, she's just standing there, and she got in the ring, just stood there. Hey, yo, so I'm like, damn, Jordan, yikes. But
that's why I say, like, yo, you gotta do a different angle if this the person you want. Come up with
or you can squash her, or you could use her to build Jade, or you could use her to build Jade. I mean, why can't we just build Jade? But I mean, I'm just saying, like, she don't have to win. You can actually use her to build Jade and just
Fight. If what I said thinks that Jade was going to lose, that's not it at all.
Okay, no, I wasn't going to that. Yes, Jade should just use her. Yeah. Let them have an entertaining match showing both of their strengths. You feel me, being strong, and then let Jade win. It'll actually benefit Jade. Let that happen. But the Mello thing, we got to get off of the U.S. challenge, like BA said. Hopefully, that's Miz getting involved and ending that. I want to throw another thing out there, though, real quick. And this deals with Trick, and I'm going to go to his point, and I'm going to move on. First and foremost, I don't think Damian Priest was the best partner for Trick Williams. I knew that when it was happening. And I'm going to tell you why, first and foremost. Damian Priest not over. I don't know if anybody doesn't know that.
No.
But he not over. He's not over. He felt like the oddball in the match, in the Saturday main event when I get there, but he's not over. So when you got Trick, who's really supposed to be a heel, but it's like a going at each other, like, should we boo? Should we? And then you got Damian Priest with no like nothing being over. It's awkward because it's like nobody's cheering for anybody. It's like, well, what's going on? Because nobody wants to see Damian Priest, but I know they had to do that because of he's the oddball out for the 4-man match. He never interacted with him, so get that done. But that's what I thought was the problem with that when it was just like a send home for Saturday Night Main Event. So I think that changes the dynamic of that. I didn't like that at all. Like you said, the whole Trick, and it just wasn't the best match. It just, in general, I'm not going to like lie about it. Also, it was on both. Like, it just didn't look good, their chemistry. But like I said, I think that was a setup. I don't think they should have did that. And they just wanted to interact with each other because he was the odd man out. But I don't want to see that ever again. Like, I don't want to see Damian Priest against a lot of people unless he changes his character up completely. Or he may be looking at that black screen real close. Like, he there. Who else? What was it? Damian Priest, Trick, the U.S. champion. I think that might be it. Trick still shined though in the promo segment and all that. I thought that was cool. I thought, like you said, that Damian Priest messed his chest up, but I think he actually hit his mouth. I think he might have hit his chin on the top, BA, and they say he had stitches in his cheek. So I think he actually bit down on his mouth, and that's why he was bleeding. Yeah. So that's still watch out with them steps and all that stuff. But yeah, that's basically what it was with SmackDown. It wasn't, to me, SmackDown was probably the weakest SmackDown of the year so far, but it was still a good show, if that makes sense. Like, it still was just a sitting home for that, but it still was fine. I'm still waiting for next week and all that stuff. So it was the weakest of the year so far, but it was still a good show. I'm fine with that. Like, every show can't be the greatest show in the world. To me, I understand that. Saturday Night Main Event, like you said, Travis, the second best Saturday Night Main Event of all time, in my opinion. The weakest part of the show, the women's match. And let me get on this real quick because I hate this as well. Oh, that's what I wanted to say before. Rewind real quick. I'm sorry, y'all. Well, let me say it in this. Let me go with the women first. Let me stay here. With the women, that match was trash. Yeah, it had good spots and all. It was trash. Rhea Ripley wasn't supposed to be tagged in the match. Like, you could see it. Like, it was just botches happening when stuff was going on. But then for people to keep throwing and say, bro, that was like the best match of the night and all, I have no problem with being a simp and all. Like, do what you want to do. But this is crazy. Like, come on, y'all. Like, every women's match that happened don't got to be the greatest match of all time. That was not a good match. And that has nothing to do with the Rhea Ripley and no hate and all that stuff. There was so many botches, places that were out of, like, just wrong, where they were not in the right place. Chemistry, like you say, Charlotte Flair. That just was, I'm sorry, but not Charlotte Flair, the key, what was that? Rhea Ripley. Yeah, it was Charlotte Flair in that match, wasn't it? Yeah. As far as that situation over there, like, that didn't feel like, it just wasn't right. Like, and people keep saying it was a 4-star match, and it was this second best match of the night, maybe the best match of the night. And all that. I'm like, no, it wasn't. It was the worst segment of the whole night.
Yeah.
That was the worst segment of the whole night. Cody, Jacob, I knew they need to have a no contest. I said that somehow, some way, perfect. They did it perfect. Have them have a brawl, and it was a real brawl. I want just, hey, get in the ring, stop this. The match is over. Get them away. We just calling it off and then take them backstage. No, it was a reason. It was a called off. They destroyed referees, security, and all that stuff. I thought that was fun. If I was in that arena, I'd have loved watching them go through there and do that. Again, shout out to Jacob 5'2" in the best shape of his career. Jacob 5'2" looked amazing, pause. He got his hair fixed now. His teeth, yeah, he did the botch and all. But I know people magnifying that. I still enjoyed it. You feel me? Like, I still want more of that. I understand that.
I'm teasing at this point.
Yeah, but he looked awesome. Pause. He had his hair, his teeth. I know he left around. He took it seriously for that, even though he should have took it seriously in the beginning. They gave him time away, though, when he actually would have took care of himself. And Jacob 5'2" did look good. Cody looked good as well. AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, maybe because I haven't really seen their rivalry as much. I think it's overrated, that match. It was okay. Like, I think everybody yells at everything and it's the greatest match ever. I'm like, no, it was a good match for pay-per-view. Real good match, I guess. Maybe because the other matches were trash, like they were saying they had. But this is a good match, but, like, this ain't no greatest match ever or nothing like that. I would never watch this match again. How about I go that far? I'll never watch this match again. And that's not even a knock to it. I have no reason to watch this match again. What are we doing here, man? Like, but with all that being said, that was that. Main event time. Main event was incredible. Between the four of them, the interaction and all, I thought, like you said, bro, Trick, for him to be the only heel in that match, be all by himself, he played the role completely. I was worried about that with Damian Priest being there instead of Solo. He played the heel role with three faces around him, get away, try to be smart and all that stuff. I felt like everything fit. Trick Williams was playing psychology in that match, and that made me feel incredible. They presented him as a smart black guy. Can you believe that? WWE presented Trick Williams as a smart black guy.
And similar to Finn Balor, it was actually little moments where he was like, yo, is this it? Like,
I thought, bro, I thought Trick they might have made a decision when after that RKO and he threw him out. I said, yo, they about to make Trick win. Yo, no way. I was like, yo, even though it was predictable, like they said, they played around and all. Yes, it was perfect. We knew Sammy. I even said the Trick was going before, but that was just me. My heart. We all knew Sami Zayn was the guy that was supposed to win. But my whole thing, another thing I wanted to say about that, because I've seen other shows, they keep saying, well, why don't you throw Trick now in the U.S. Championship thing with Melo, and that feud should happen that way. No, that is not a U.S. Championship feud. What you do with that is you give Trick the championship, and then you bring Melo up with that. That's the way to bring Melo into the feud with the championship, and then you can switch the title with them two with that. Don't bring Trick back down to this after seeing him being involved with the main event. Why would we do that? So if that's the case, then, and I don't even think this should be the answer, but since Braun Breaker lost, why don't he go against Dominic Mysterio now? Throw him in that. That's perfect. He was a good IC champion. Throw him back in there. He lost. Like, the Dom he's a great IC champion. That's a great story. Get that done. No, do not throw Trick in that U.S. championship. He's past that now. They are acknowledging him being a TNA champion, as I said before.
On the fast
like
track.
Like AJ Styles in them before, so you've already been a world champion. You don't go, and he's already said out his mouth. Why would he lie? He said out his mouth, I'm going for a world championship. He's going for the world championship. He showed off. Everybody showed out. You got to get Damian Priest another role. Randy Orton get involved. I think Randy Orton and Trick got to be in a WrestleMania based off of this. I also think they're going to build all these guys, as I'll talk about later on, as far as the interaction with guys. But yes, Trick Williams is, I called him the Green Ranger. I think I said it. BA was like, he the White Ranger because he's always so white. I'm like, dude, it's the same dude, Tommy Oliver. But he is the Green Ranger of SmackDown. He is the new guy when you already had a Tommy and all that stuff. Not a Tommy, a Jason that was already there for all the old nerds. That was already the Red Ranger and all. He came, he was the bad guy, and he took over the show. And from that point on, the leader, the guy that took over Power Rangers during my time, my era being a kid, was Tommy Oliver, the White Ranger, the Green Ranger, whatever like that. That's who Trick Williams is, in my opinion. So overall, like I said, AAA. AAA is like Superstars to me now. Remember back in the day when we used to watch Superstars on Saturdays and all that stuff, when it was just, especially back in the golden era, when you had like
early in the afternoon.
When you had like a Duke the Dumpster Drowsy and all that stuff versus people and all that type of stuff, this or Atom Bomb versus guys and all that stuff, this is what
Haku is right what's it do with all the fake tats?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Haku and all. This is the
Haku,
type of this is what I feel with AAA is great. I don't really know names like BA says. It's gonna take longer for me to get names. Probably I'll eventually learn them. I'm not ignorant. Like I want to learn their names, but I'll learn faces first probably. And that luckily we got a Corey Gray in there now. They can have the English translation, or just have an English commentary just in general, so then I can try to get it situated. But it's enough English in these shows where you can watch it and be entertained. I enjoy this. I will be a regular fan of, like I say, AAA. It's only an hour of your time. That's slight work as far as timing. I'll be fine with that. But that's my overall. I know it took a while, y'all. We had a bunch of showings this week, but I'm gonna give the shows, like I say, a C+. Raw got to get it together. Raw's supposed to be the flagship show. SmackDown is the joint right now. At some point, they're gonna get to a point of Raw can't get it together where they're gonna start putting SmackDown people showing up on Raw all the time. But yeah, that's my say. And with all that being said, Travis, I'll go over to you, bro. These highs and lows has been a second. What were they brought to the people by?
By the good people at Fanatics.
Hey.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
Hey, and check out and keep on the lookout for some new merchandise that may be dropping actually, guys, for the channel pretty soon. But we'll be getting into merchandise and all that you guys can grab for the channel. But yeah, let's get to that wrestling too. All right, y'all, for wrestling T, we're gonna start off with the Royal Rumble this week. Royal Rumble, well, next week I should say. Well, it's this week now, Saturday, over in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. 5 matches, I believe, are going to be on the card. So I'll say it right now. I believe it's going to be AJ Styles versus Gunther with AJ Styles' career on the line. Rio versus Julia and Kiana James for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Sami Zayn versus Gunther on the thing on the notes versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And you're going to have the Men's Royal Rumble and the Women's Royal Rumble as well. I'll go around. I don't got to go around. This will be an open table right here. What do you guys think? Who do you have winning this match? What are you excited about? And what's your prediction so far before we move on? Queen, you muted if you're talking, babe. I think she nope, she muted herself again. There you go.
There we go. I had to fix it. I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying now. I was saying that I look forward to the Men's Royal Rumble. Because even though we have a lot of good superstars right now, we do have a bunch of people that are budding into superstars. So it'd be kind of nice for them to get a little camera time, kind of get their little intros together. I always like Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble, even since I was a little kid, I've always enjoyed it because you get to see a bunch of people that you normally don't get to see, and there's a necessity for a storyline. But as far as the main matches and stuff like that, I always should see Jordan Grace and Jade.
They not. I mean, I don't know if it's. They're not. She in the Royal Rumble
because Jade declared her. I mean, because Jordan, yeah. Okay, all right. Oh yeah. You're right.
It's AJ versus Gunther, Rio versus Julia and Kiana James, and Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre.
And so I feel like they're gonna make Drew drop the title to Sami. Like I feel like Drew got his title shot, and that they're gonna take it just as quick. But I'm really hoping that eventually down the line, Trick takes it from Sammy, since that was the beginning storyline we made this year. I don't really care as much about the I'm tired of the Rio storyline altogether. So anyone that's even lumped with them, I'm probably not going to watch it. That's a bathroom break for me. But AJ and Gunther, yeah, okay. I'm getting a little Gunther fatigue, to be honest. Like I'm kind of getting tired of him being the guy. Like we need to hurry up and build Oba up because it's like, oh, Gunther again. You know what I mean? Like,
He,
oh,
he
but
cool and all.
yeah, Women's Royal Rumble should be okay too. Yeah, he's cool and all, but I need a break.
Yeah,
Like I just need a break. It's just been too much. It's like
and
we do
I
some
feel like
John Cena.
didn't they just bring him back? I think they just brought him
Yes.
back, and we need a
And
break
I'm already
already
tired,
because they
and
keep
he
having
wasn't
these.
gone long enough. Yeah.
Yeah, these retire. They keep having these heavy
Shorts.
matches. That's why these heavy. He like retiring people. And it's like, damn, bro, you just keep retiring people when you back.
Yeah, so we need Oba to get called up. But I'm guessing Oba, we are seeing him Royal Rumble because of all the vignettes. So, and we're supposed to see Roman again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Roman
so we are
officially
gonna get
declared
see a
on-
Roman sighting.
Yes.
Where's he been? Where's he been? Where's he been? Where's the OTC? So that'll be nice. But yeah, I just generally enjoy the Royal Rumbles anyways. Usually I don't really have anything negative really to say about them because it's usually not as much story based as it is just a lot of technical matches and just watching people get eliminated. It's fun. It's fun watching their name pop up on the card and cheering, and then watching some people get thrown out. You can watch the random stuff that happens between the people that are almost out. Like Kofi King said, he got like a record of almost outs, and like I swear that man has been almost out at least 3 times in the Royal Rumble.
I
But
hope he
yeah,
passed the baton.
we should get this.
I hope he passed the
Yes,
baton
like
to Javon Evans.
Yes. Yeah, and I hope Javon Evans is good by then because we've had obviously recently quite a few injuries and stuff going on. I'm still curious about when Bianca's going to come back because everyone keeps saying her finger, and I think they don't understand it's actually her hand that actually is screwed up, and that it started at her knuckle down to her
Is that a knuckle?
finger. So that's really the issue is that I think because she can't close her hand.
So you
I think
saying
that's
that
what she was
she
saying on an
need to just
interview
tell
a
the
few
doctor
months
to take it
ago.
away? She just tell the doctor just take it. Just take the finger.
Just cut it off.
Just take it.
Just take the finger. I mean, I don't know. Unfortunately, with WWE, they'll tell us a lot, but then not tell us a lot. So it's like, everybody kind of is under relating to her because we don't know the extent of the injury. Like with Jade, we keep seeing her and she had her head busted open. You know what I mean? So I think that's why people are looking at the polarity. And because Naomi and fucking Bianca are out right now, like the women's storylines have just been butt. Because we just don't have them in the mix, and it's like they're trying to make these other storylines. So it's like even this Jordan Grace thing, like I kind of don't care, and I know they rushed to put her up against Jade. I wish they would have kind of let it mellow a little bit. So it seems a little disingenuous to me. Like they should have let it build to something, but instead they were like, "No, Jordan Grace, you here, you want to be the baddest, and go at Jade." And then that's basically where we've been since then. But yeah, I always like the Royal Rumble. So I mean, either way, I look forward to it. But I do feel like, because we've heard so many rumors about AJ Styles retiring, that he's probably is going to retire at the Royal Rumble. Like it's gotten too loud at this point. I thought maybe it was just like, hey, people are assuming, but nah, it's getting to the point even with Shinsuke and his statements of being like, I can't believe this is the end. And I know that he was saying it in terms of his last match with AJ, but really, I think he did on the low mean yes, his career. But I don't know. It'd be all right though. I mean, I enjoy watching it. And if you're watching and you subscribe, you can watch it with us in the Discord. All right. Well, that's all my statement about it.
I think, man, it's crazy. I don't know about the going thing, AJ thing. They playing up. This all could be just like for them to mess with us. Like I know Shinsuke dropped that tweet. I mean, not the tweet, the little diary post or whatever, talking about that he said he's gonna retire at Royal Rumble. It will be 10 years to the date. I mean, to the Royal Rumble perfectly or whatever like that. Like it makes sense, but I don't know. It's just I was just out of nowhere. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either way. I know AJ about to retire soon, so if it's gonna be a Royal Rumble, let it be a Royal Rumble. Rio and Julia and Kiana James don't care. Rio keeping that belt. And Julia playing double duty, shooting in the Royal Rumble, so they're not going to win that championship. I think everybody in that match probably going to be doing double duty, except for maybe Kiana James might not be. Sammy and Drew McIntyre. Why is something telling me that Sammy going to win? Everybody's saying Sammy going to just lose, and
I don't know.
Happen again. I think
I'm thinking it's going to be.
You know what? I think Drew McIntyre's character is to lose the championship quick. I think his character is the whole. Yeah, I think it's I get screwed over and all the like stuff happening. championship quick. I think that's his thing. So here's the way I think the story might go. So I think Sammy is supposed to win, right? Then I think Randy. I told you that whole fatal 4-way is the next up in line. I think for that. I think Sammy is going to take away from Drew. I think Randy and Trick are going to feud next. And then I think Trick is going to finally go, like you seen, remember the head-to-head with him and Sammy at the beginning of the match and all that stuff? They're the ultimate feud to go at each other. I think that's how Trick get his first championship. I really think he should get Money in the Bank. But we'll get to that later on.
You've been saying that for a minute.
The way LA Knight said, the way y'all be saying about LA Knight, and you should have gave it to him and all that stuff. I don't think they're going to miss the opportunity with Trick. I think he should be Money in the Bank. Give it to him. He be out there, and I think he probably takes it. He should be the one to take it from Sami Zayn. That's how you set that up. But we'll see how that goes and all. But that's my basic Royal Rumble thing.
Well, real quick, I think that when I looked at this card, let's start out with AJ and Gunther. I think Gunther wins the Rumble if he loses this match. I think that's what it is. So I hope AJ retires because I don't want Gunther winning this match. That's honestly what I think. I think that was you know how they love Gunther. That's his. Yeah, you lost versus AJ, but you won the Rumble, and you can go ahead on with that. I don't want that. God knows I don't want that, but that's a Triple H thing to do. Let me say that for one of his guys. I don't care about Rio in that match. It hopefully it's no botches. When it comes to Sammy versus Drew, I think Drew wins because I think you're setting up a triple threat match for the I think at WrestleMania with Cody, Fatu, and Drew. I can see all three of them. And I think Sammy loses here.
Does that need the title?
And then
that's what I'm saying. When we think about it, does that need the title? The way the heat is and all that stuff, does that need the title? The way they fight, it could be a brawl. That could be like a stipulation. I feel you.
It could.
I'm just saying that could be them three like having a battle. But go ahead. Yes, I'm just adding something to it.
And I think if Sammy loses one more time, like it'll be one of his last times on the main stage, then he'll cash it. He'll win next year in Saudi. But because this week's been too perfect for him. It's too perfect for him. And I think he loses, and I think that leads into a rivalry with Trick. I think that's the foreseeable future. So Trick can have you lost again. Like he can run with that, and he'll kill that vibe. And I think that's why you have them two feuding. And now you have Trick. They'll feud into maybe Elimination Chamber, maybe a little bit later than that. So that gives something that because you know what is Trick to do after this? That's the question that you have to ask. Like if Sammy wins, what is Trick? What is he? Who does he fight against? Who does he?
I don't think Trick having a match. Yeah, I don't think Trick gonna have a. Trick's not gonna have a one-on-one match at a PLE until WrestleMania.
I'm just talking like week in, week out. Like
that's what I'm saying. I don't know because he's not going. That's what I'm saying. I don't know because he's not going to have a one-on-one. Because
no, I feel you. But I say like I said, Sammy gives Trick something to build towards, and then he'll eventually be like yo, I'm solidified here. He's already doing that, but it's just another person. The Women's World Rumble. I honestly think Bianca comes back, and if she doesn't. Then I think I don't want to say this, but I think Liv will probably win if Bianca doesn't come back. That's her loss. I think. Hold up. Does Stephanie fight Rakir on at the Rumble?
No, I think
I'm not sure.
I think no. I don't think
Raquel gonna be in the Rumble.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I think. I think Liv wins. But no, I think it's gonna be all entertaining all the way around. But yeah, I'm really, like I said, that AJ Gunther. Yeah, I hope Gunther don't win, yo. But that's so like him, bro. Like look what they did to Cody. Cody started winning everything. That was his guy. You know,
win, bro. I got to the point
that's going to
retire.
BA, that's going to lead us to the Crown Jewel Championship.
Why would you
got to go win that?
Why would you have Gunther lose though? You feel what I'm saying? Like that makes no sense.
because he wins the Rumble. So it's like it's forgettable.
I guess, bro.
You
That's
feel
just
me?
this dude. You about to make his character phony though? Because it's like, is he unbeatable or is he phony? You feel me? Like you keep. It's like a roller coaster of. At one point he's untouchable, and then the next moment he trash. You feel me? Like, what is he? But I mean, they may do that because they've been doing a roller coaster. You might be right.
I think what Gunther is, we have to also have to say, like, he's not retiring these guys. These guys are on their last match, and they're choosing him to
Yes.
like, he's not the legend killer. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's these guys are just saying, like, yo, this is my last match. So it's like you're beating guys that's retiring. Like, you're beating retiring guys. You're not taking people out their career. You're beating people that's retired in a sense. So you're pretty much beating over the hill dudes in a sense. Like I wish somebody would just present that, and no one presents that angle. And I wish somebody would, in a sense. And I don't know if they're going to do that, but that's Gunther. That's his thing. He loses to Jey Uso. He taps out the AJ. He already tapped out the AJ. I know he tried to play it off, but he tapped out. Like, he's losing. He's a loser that wins decent matches at time to time.
All right. Anybody else? Travis? Somebody before I move on?
I say a little bit, but yeah, like, this is okay card so far. I mean, I think who actually gonna win the women's Royal Rumble, I would pick Raquel so far. Like, because I'm not even
Live as well, but I think it should be Raquel.
Yeah, because I don't even know what's going on with Bianca and her hand injury for real. And
this
real thing I don't even care about for real. For real.
The smart thing would be to let Roxanne take it away from Stephanie, and then let Liv win the Royal Rumble, so it's eventually Raquel versus not Raquel. Raquel versus Liv at WrestleMania. But that is what it is. Lastly, for the tea, y'all, this is more for you, Travis and Queen. Unreal Season 2 started, y'all. How do y'all feel about it? What do y'all feel? What are your statements about the show so far? I told y'all stay away. I didn't watch all of Season 1. I don't need to see this, but how do y'all feel?
Well, I ain't really watched the entirety of the first season, but I've said for this one I was going to at least give it a chance and watch the entirety of this season. But I'm going to have to agree with you and some other folks on the internet as far as like Maven. I seen he said something, Devon Dudley, and even in the show, Paul Heyman. Like, they just need to get rid of this completely. Don't even put this on Netflix no more. It's better off to have some things, secretive. And this shows exactly why. Like, you buried LA Knight. This Bailey thing, like, ever since Becky came back and attacked her, I'm trying to remember what event it was when she came back and attacked her. Like, man. And then this whole Michael Hayes situation with Chelsea Green. So you just telling us her sole purpose to being on the WWE roster is to her to lose? But I understand it, like, if it's like, the salaries and, the politics backstage, and y'all say as this and she's okay with it, I'm fine. Like, I'm fine with it. But if it's like that, just keep that, off camera and let that have that conversation between y'all two. It just, it makes her look bad to the rest of the people in the world.
You screwed her character. Because now it's like, well, why am I watching her wrestle anybody?
And I know she's going to lose all the time.
Yeah,
right.
Like, you feel me? Like, you just literally, you shouldn't have said that out loud. I don't think, I'm going to interject. I don't think they should get rid of the show. If people want to watch it, they want to watch it. I'm just not going to watch it. It ain't for me. Like I said, if it ain't for me, I don't watch stuff that ain't for me. This ain't for me. I don't need all this information. This will make me dislike wrestling even more. So I stay away from it. But Queen, I know you watch something.
I think
go ahead, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
Real quick.
Yeah,
I think it's making, I guess, more so than first season, because I saw most of the first season. I saw one episode and I was like, I'm done. But then you watch social media will give you updates. You can just look at a particular scene or something like that. But it seems like him and his creative Paul and his creative crew look they look like retards. I'm sorry, that's the wrong. I don't want to use that wrong. I want to use. I apologize. They look less intelligent than what was being advertised as a whole, and that's a problem when you think that your creative team. It seems like a bunch of they're juvenile. They have scenes of just like, yo, is that what you came up with? You think Pat was supposed to beat Gunther? That's what you came up with? Pat McAfee? Like they seem very very lower intelligent than what you want your top notch staff to be. Like I need to see something. I would like the perception that these guys know everything. And it's just like, oh, they're on point and stuff. That's what I would want out of perception from my head team, like that creates and runs everything. And I'm getting the complete opposite of that. Complete opposite of. They look incompetent at their jobs at best. And I was like, that's the look that you wanted to give out? That's what you wanted to do? So that's just my 2 cents. I wish they really should get rid of this show, but they already got season 3 coming out. Season 3 is gonna be all John Cena. So I think that's coming out in December. So it's like it's already happening. Like it's already in the works. They're just fine tuning it.
And now you're gonna need season 4 because you're gonna need the you feel me, the big 3 coming up and all that stuff. You feel me? So it's like just let the show be now. It's just a different place. Like if you want to go here and watch that, go watch that. If not, you watch this. I said, but go ahead, babe. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that. So I, on the other hand, I enjoy kind of stuff like this already. So like for me, it wasn't much of main thing I really had a problem with were like I'm gonna say 3 main things. One, we can tell that some of the stuff going on there is definitely still a work too. Like when you see how Triple H answers questions, especially when it came to the Ron Killings episode, the Truth episode, I think it's the second episode of season 2. Half the time when he's trying to tell his side of the story, he's like, look it up and look it away and all that stuff, like all the telltale signs of something that's a liar. But when you see Ron, he's looking right in the camera and tell you straight from his heart. Like there's times where he cries, talking about the situation, because especially just not only just as a man, but as a black man, and knowing that your livelihood was about to just be gone. Like there were just with no answer. Like so, I entirely believe everything that Ron said during the time and afterwards. And like even us on the show, we were part of that, the truth movement of wanting him back, and that we even said the thing about he should cut his hair, but that was another thing. So that was the number 2 thing. So when they were talking in the back, and I had no idea about Road Dogg and Ron Killing's history together, or that that Road Dogg put him on, and that they've been friends for like a long time, because Ron is a vampire, so he's still like he in his late 30s. So I'd be forgetting that he's a man that is damn near in his 60s, because he looks great. But he was talking about how Ron wanted to cut his hair, and that he was trying to pitch the idea to Triple H, and was getting just so visually frustrated at Triple H's just not getting it. Like it was just kind of like one of those things where it's like it's not even a race thing. It was just more of, I can understand how much frustration that production team probably on a regular basis feels trying to get ideas across to Triple H, because Triple H is he's now an old man. It's like weird looking at him, because it's like, he was an adult when I was a teenager, but now I'm older, so he's older. So it's like, you're not in touch with the times, my friend. Like, what I mean, you're not not there. And then just to get to number 3, and I actually thought season 1 was actually pretty good. But to get to number 3, showing the Triple H and EO jumping on him thing kind of made me think about when AJ Lee jumped on her husband, CM Punk, in the ring, and that it was almost the same way, and that there was a lot about it that everybody's already said what they had to say, that it is like inappropriate in terms of you being an employee and knowing the stuff that's happened with Vince McMahon. Okay, just knowing that, you would think the optics on your end would be smarter about not wanting to even be seen in that light. So, and then also just the other thing too, of the fact that it was a non-factor, because they put it in there. You know what I mean? Like somebody had to look at that on the cutting room floor and decide, hey, I want to put that in there. So he obviously saw it before it went on to Netflix. But as I was telling you the other day, this has almost become almost a confessional of Triple H, not even as much of WWE. Like it's kind of become more about his story and him not realizing how much he's telling without telling. Like it has really exposed him in terms of just I feel like he's always wanted to do something like this ever since the curtain call anyways, like because he's always been one to kind of he wants to reveal some of the magic and he doesn't understand, but that's what makes it magic. It's like when you see stuff in theater or like a play, obviously people are moving stuff around on the set. It's not like it's not magic, you know what I mean? But we pretend and we suspend our belief for a second and to immerse ourselves. So it's like the MFT storyline right now, I think is good because with Wyatt Six and I don't even like White Six, but I feel like the way that Solo and the rest of that squad has kind of embraced it and gone on with the supernatural storyline has kind of actually breathed a little new light into WWE because it's like it is a show. We can do stuff that's not real. Like we can use fantasy as part of our storyline. It just doesn't have to be something crude like Triple H corpse. It doesn't have to be something crude like that. It could just be something that is just the lantern thing. It's like obviously we know it's just a lantern, but it's a suspending your belief for the enjoyment of the story. And I feel like with Unreal, you could see how much that he has some decent people in there with decent ideas, but he's not understanding. Like he's not getting it. He's not seeing that times are changing and that there are different ways that you can tell a story. And that it's okay to lean into fantasy and sci-fi and other elements in a different way to tell a story. We know Kane's brother is not Undertaker. Like we know that that's not really his brother. But when you're watching WWE, you believed that was his little brother and that he burned in a fire. Like you believed that, like it was real. And so that's kind of why I feel like Unreal should probably change how they do the show. I don't think they should get rid of it, but I do feel like they should change how they do the show because, like BA said, it does show a lot of their ineptitudes in some moments. You know what I mean? It does show kind of the like dumbass moments, like oh y'all are idiots, like, and maybe they shouldn't show that parts. Like maybe they shouldn't show the parts where obviously it does make Triple H look negative that he literally was telling that black man that he was just gonna wait so that he would take less money and that there's no way you can flip that story. It looks ugly. It's an ugly look. It's an ugly look as a business owner and an ugly look as somebody that is doing a show. And you're looking at that's not a storyline, my friend. That was that man's real life. You know what I mean? Trying to say, oh, it's a work. No, that's that man's real life. He got kids. He got a house. He got bills. You were really playing with that man life like that, and then trying to make it a story. Like that's corny. But I said, oh, no problems really too much with Unreal otherwise. Like it's just they need to adjust how they do it. We need to see less of the magic, and if we're going to see some stuff, I would rather like seeing more of the technical parts about putting on a show. Like that's more interesting. Like, oh, this is how we do like the transitions and everything, and this is how we set up the pyros so that everybody's coordinated. Like just stuff like that. That's more interesting because that shows how much work it takes to put on a great show like that. And I think that would be more positive. I feel like the way that Triple H is spearheading it right now is definitely more negative, and it makes us look down on some of these people. Like with Bailey in season 1, it made me look down on her. Like I already saw that she kind of was like struggling, but then her being like, yeah, maybe I'll turn heel and maybe I'll go crazy and all stuff. Oh, I don't want to know that you're gonna turn heel. Like I don't want to know that that's coming. Why are you telling me this? Like why? Why would I want to know that? I want to be surprised. And also it showed how much they flubbed that John Cena heel turn because they fucked up the R-Truth thing. Like literally if they didn't fuck up the R-Truth thing, that they could have actually had that heel story go. But because Triple H fucked up the R-Truth thing, it fucked up the whole dynamics between John and Ron Cena and then all that shit. So then they had to change stuff real quickly, and it messed up John Cena's way out. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say about Unreal. Like I'm still gonna watch some more of it. I do like Travesty to watch the rest of season 1 though. I was gonna watch part of the Vision episode last night, but I actually decided to hold it because I thought maybe you might want to watch it with me. But if not, I'll just watch it on my own.
I mean, I'll watch it if you got it on the TV, obviously, but I'm not in no rush. I'm not turning on myself, but I mean that's it. Unreal, it is what it is. Like I say, different situation, put it in a different place. But if you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. But with all that being said, y'all know the show going over. Let's get to the questions and comments. Let's get to the people. We got a bunch of them today.
sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it, you're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
All right, buddy. Let's do this. We got Trino Data in here. He says our boy Trick has been treated very well so far. Yeah. They're booking the hell out of Trick over there. Shout out to Ryan Ward again. Shout out to Dietrich, man. I say we got Dietrich in the house. We'll get down there eventually. But yeah. He also says that was the best Saturday nights, geez, main event ever. Or yet. I would say the second one. I think the last one was better. But I think this one right behind that though. These are two of the best Saturday night main
Yeah,
events
the John
ever.
Cena one was big because of what it was, I think.
Yeah.
Because it
And the
was
actual
John
matches.
Cena's.
I thought everybody showcasing the new people and all that. Like I thought it was cool. I thought it was perfect.
That was with Oba, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm already
that's-
forgetting.
Yeah, that's Cody and Oba, I believe, right? Yes. Treno also says, who do you all predict is winning the Royal Rumble, male and female? I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker and Liv Morgan.
LA Knight, Raquel
So I'm actually
Rodriguez.
gonna. Oh. So I think so. My thing, I think maybe Raquel Rodriguez or Roxanne Perez actually. But yeah, I'm for some reason thinking it's Braun Breaker too. But it would be upset if it's Braun Brunson or Brunson Reed.
Brunson Reed. I don't think he has no
Brunson.
chance, but I mean maybe. What do you think, Bear?
Oh no, I just said it would be an upset.
Yeah, I
but-
got Liv and Gunther.
Living Gold, that's right. You did say that earlier. He also says earlier Mania match card predictions, matches you want to see, and matches you think will happen. I love to see, like I said, I want to see Trick and Randy. I mean, Trick and Sammy be fine too. Either or, one of the two. With them two, Roman. I wanted to see Roman and Cody actually. I don't need the title. Though.
Yeah.
I think they can wrestle fine without the title. With Roman being a face now and Cody being a heel,
I don't
when
know.
we get to that point. And
Oh, I forgot to
man.
put something in the T.
I got no I at least want to see Obo on the card. That's all I'm worried about.
All right. Trino said, if you can say it real quick, Queen, because you know we get to that point.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that they think that Naomi and Jimmy might have had the baby, or they're having it sometime this week. That was the T.
Awesome. Congrats to them. Trino says Damian Priest needs to go back to NXT now that Oba and Trick have moved up. The guy bores me to tears, and being in a feud with him will ruin you. Trick needs to stay far away from him after this Saturday night main event. Yeah, man. I don't think Damian trash. It just don't. It's a certain niche he got or a crowd that he's looking to that's
like
not. Go
He's
ahead.
stiff.
You think it's his look?
So
Yo, when I first started watching this with y'all and seeing Damian Priest, no disrespect, nobody. Y'all told me his nickname was was Bisexual Undertaker. When y'all said that to me, I'm like, damn, he got a nickname like that already. People calling him like, yeah, you gotta change that up, bro. That's if that's what people calling you, like.
If that's
Go
not
ahead,
your,
BS.
if that's not your style, you need
guys-
to change it up.
some guys aren't solo guys. It is what it is. When he was on Raw and he did have momentum, he was a face. Like he was like, going against the Judgment Day, being a champion and stuff. Like he did have heat. Like that didn't like not happen. It happened. When he got sent over to SmackDown and he was like a man without a home. Like he didn't have a place. And that fan affair didn't follow him. So either he needs to team up with somebody or go on, I think maybe, maybe Mello or someone like that. Like take him back to the US in that realm, in that mid-card range, and then see what he does with that and see how he mingles with people down there and then see what happens after that. But either that or send him back to Raw. Either way, what they got right now is nothing. He's trash. This was a payoff for the 6-month feud with Aleister Black. That's what this was. Let's just call it what it is. He's not going to be in a title shot no time soon.
I feel you. Turner also says early predictions for men and women's Money in the Bank. I think I told you. I think the men's is Tricks. I think that's where Trick gets in the title picture for real with the men's. Women's, man, could Naomi be back by the time to run go back to back?
I think Naomi should just get her title shot.
I mean, she should, but
I
you
don't
know the
know.
way
Yeah, I think
she should get a title shot. You're right, but you know the way wrestling is. They'll just forget you and keep it moving. That'll be a way to guarantee her to be in there. But we'll see. I don't know for women yet. I'm not sure. Cuz says, I hope Cody don't tie with Stone Cold. I feel like they will go there. I hope Cody don't win. I'm with you, cuz I don't want Cody to win the Rumble again. He should get down to like the final 6, all that stuff and all, but he should get thrown out by somebody to continue his storyline. He should not win the Rumble. Hell, even Drew McIntyre come out there and screw him out. Why he the champion? I'll be done with that. Okay. So somebody sending weird stuff. All right. What's this? Fahim. He says, "Is the good booking a trick, making you all hopeful for Oba's booking?" Yes. Yes, but they gotta hurry up, man. Like, come on with these vignettes and all. I want to see, but I'm hoping. But tricking. I don't know. Is Oba gonna be a heel? What y'all think? For real? You think
we already? I'm about to say we already seen his. We already seen his face, so it's not like.
Yeah,
it's not like he should.
Yeah, but is he?
Right.
Is he going to be a heel or face though? What you think he's going to come in as?
That part I don't. I think he's going to be his own, and we'll see. Some people. I think he's going to be more on the face side.
So you're going to book him as a face against heels, mainly.
He's going to be a face amongst heels.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
You said you're saying he's going to be a tween. I understand that, like his actions and all, like he'll just do what he do. But is he going to be booked mainly against heels? Is what I'm asking. You think he's going to be booked mainly against heels though?
Yeah, he's not going to go anti-crowd. Like Trick is going anti-crowd because he's a heel.
Yeah,
he's not going to
be face. You know. So you think he's going to be a face? Okay. Do Oba need to be face? Do we need more faces on Raw or SmackDown? I mean on Raw or heels. That's what I'm thinking right now.
If he's on Raw, then you need more faces because you have the Judgment Day. I mean, not the Judgment Day. I'm sorry. Division heel group.
Yeah, and Judgment Day heel group too. So yeah,
you're
right. He probably should be a face. Fahim also says, is Gunther going to get AJ Styles out of there in January? Will we survive until Mania? I'm gonna go yes. Just say yes or no. What y'all think?
I hope he does. That way he doesn't win the Rumble.
Okay. So you said I hope he does. Queen, yes or no? Is it done?
Yeah, I think he do.
All right. So everybody's saying yeah, AJ done. What is that? Skidbod says, I'm gonna say Batsha. I'm sorry from like butchering your name. I apologize. Please let me know the phonetic way to say it, and I definitely will remember.
Bye.
He says, not gonna lie, Finn physique is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Punches take notes. Facts, man. Yo, Finn.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, he said he has his broccoli after he works out.
Yep. He also says Lexi King is perfect to lose every week in the main roster. Facts. That's a fact. Bring them dudes up, bro.
I like the way
we need
jobbers. I like
we
these
need
jobbers.
jobbers
though. Yeah.
But y'all 100% right though. We need jobbers.
I don't want my guy to lose every week or whatever.
Yeah, we do it. That's what we need a Brooklyn Brawler and all that. Where are they?
Yeah.
We don't have them. Especially if they all get paid salary and all that. Like,
They have a
that's what I'm
role and
saying.
it's okay. Like not everybody can be a Michael B. Jordan.
Fahim also says, what do you think Trick's Mania match will be? Like I say, either Randy or Sammy.
I say
but
Sammy.
shout out to Trick. They already put money into his interest and all now. Y'all check the Titantron and all out?
I say Randy.
Oh yeah, he got new Titantron and everything. And Randy was robbing out to
They redid it.
And Randy and the Rangers.
His little TW is symbol now and all that. I said, look at him put money in the
it's in his Tron now.
And he didn't take the L.
Yeah,
he could have
they
took the L.
investing in it. That means new shirts coming.
That TW shirt gonna be soon. Fahim also says, what Rumble surprises are you expecting? Powerhouse, Jericho, Oba, Roman. I mean, that's not a surprise no more. Brock.
Do y'all think and possibly any like veterans that aren't retired possibly coming back? Like not a Jericho, somebody else that we maybe haven't thought of.
Already like retired that's gonna come back, or like done. I mean, with a Booker.
Yeah, maybe not retired, not officially retired, but we ain't seen him. They ain't wrestling. Yeah, maybe like a Booker, like
the Great Khali.
Like some vets. I always enjoy seeing like the new people, and then like vets come, and then just just for a cheap pop, just be like.
The thing is,
I don't mind those ones.
We in a new generation now, Queen, where the older guys are still wrestling. Well, they were still wrestling, but they still the dudes.
Yeah, true.
The ones that should be the ones coming back
from
are still the dudes.
Right though.
Yeah.
Mhm. The great. It's the
Yeah,
great
you're right,
Kali.
though.
He
Yeah,
gonna
you're
return.
absolutely right. I didn't even think about that.
I throw a women's one. I think
Also
Paige might
great
show back
Kali.
up.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Paige
After
might
that,
show.
that
But
big
that's not.
room
That's.
with all them
I
dudes
think
around him,
if
I don't
Paige
know. I
show
don't
up though,
want to
you
see
think
him.
if Paige show up though, you don't think she's gonna be a regular? You think she done? You think it's a one-time thing if she
I,
show up?
I think so.
no, I think
Because
she's going to be a
they've been
regular,
showing her
but this will
training
be
on
her appearance,
IG.
and no one's really talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because she did post a video of her like working out and stuff and doing like
Working out, y'all saw that too. I
practicing
said,
moves
yeah,
with
he
somebody, sparring with
probably working
somebody.
out for a reason.
Fahim says, we asked
I mean, we're not
fantasy
looking
book
for you, but
over.
you know.
He said fantasy book over and Tricks 2026 now until December. What do you think hope will happen to them?
Oh Lord.
All right, this is different. I need Trick got to lose, right? Like I don't like that. I don't want him to win every freaking match, but they got to mean something, right? Like that's like back in the day when you lose, it should be, hey, something happened. It's for a feud. We're gonna continue this. Something happened. That's fine. But I do want him to win Money in the Bank. I think the Money in the Bank should be signed in basically right now to be Trick Williams. That should be his. It's perfect with him. All that stuff. That should be his.
To go with that.
Go ahead, yes, bro.
Go ahead on your overtake.
Oh no, finish Trick. Pause.
The last
finish
one got
Trick first.
overshadowed by Seth too.
I think Oba should win the King of the Ring to go along with that. I think
yes, and I was gonna say Oba should win the King of the Ring,
epic.
And Trick should be Money in the Bank. Yes, that's how it works. The ruler with the crown and all that stuff. Yes. And Trick should be Money in the Bank, and that's how you book it. By the time we get the crown jewel, they both should be champions, and we get the crown jewel match of Trick versus Oba. Get it done. Fahim also says, will Finn Balor stop being Finn Balor and actually win a world title this year? I don't know about winning a world title, Fahim, but I don't think he'll be Finn Balor as much no more. I think they established
he got to go through
up until mid-card again.
Got to go back.
Yeah. He got to go back to Damien and get the title and all again. He got to bring the Damien back and all. That's going to come back. If that happened, then maybe we can talk. Fahim also says, what other NXT call-ups are y'all looking forward to? Ricky, Ethan, Jada, Soul, Kalani. Yep, I forget about Kalani because I forget about her on TNA, and even though she's not even TNA no more.
Lola Vice.
Yep, but Lola might be AAA. She's doing that AAA type thing. I think they might push her more towards that way for right now. I'm not saying she's more. I agree. I wanted to come up though. I'm not like against that. But Damien messing up, so it's messing up her. She might have chose the wrong one.
Damien need to go in to AAA.
Yo, hold up. Damian Priest killing 15. Yo, Damian Priest would dominate AAA though. He'd be everything over there. He'd be everything if he wanted to go to AAA.
Oh yeah, and he's Puerto Rican. He Puerto Rican.
He'd be everything if he went to AAA.
He need to go to AAA. He might.
Like they can bring.
He might be the man over there. And
this is a groundbreaking show. You're welcome.
That's what I'm saying. Yo,
you're welcome, David.
They can bring. That's what I'm saying, man. They can bring Omos. They can get Omos involved. Omos and all that. Yeah, he would be perfect over there. I ain't gonna say it gotta be his whole career. You feel me? But right now, if he went over there, bro, Damien could run that for a second.
Yep,
to refreshing them. Yes. Yeah, so you don't got to send him to NXT because that's disrespectful. Send him to AAA. Let him win a championship over there.
Don't take his checks away, but just give him a little development.
Shout out to our guy Dietrich in the house. We got to get him back on the show again. He said, let's keep it real. Damien is trash.
Yeah.
We just said all that.
He's calling us away.
And he said, and he came on the other side with New Wrestling World Orders. If you haven't already followed him, please follow New Wrestling World Order. That's our guy over there, Dietrich. But he said, let's keep it real again. Damien is trash and he's designed to eat pins. Hey.
I mean, yeah. I don't think he originally was, but he definitely is that right now. Like he need to go get development. That's what he needed to do, or he will be just eating pins.
When Damien got that first belt, I ain't gonna lie, I looked at him and said he'll never win this again. You know how you look at some people and say, I looked at Finn Balor and said he'll probably never win it again when he lost it. I thought Damien will never win this again. This is that one time. I don't think Seth will win it. I mean, not Seth, Sammy. I don't think Sammy wins more than once. No matter what happens. Sammy only win that belt one time if he does win it.
That's it. If he get it.
Yep. Fahim also says
it's a novelty for him right now.
Damian Priest legit kills people being around, ruins your stock. He feuds with you for 6 months until he beats you, and then he doesn't get more over, and neither do you. That's what he did to Drew. Yep. Aleister Black again. Bro, Damian Priest.
And
he trying to protect him.
Yep, Aleister injured.
Yeah.
Him that weak ass ambulance match.
Man.
Triple
Finley
A,
says,
that's it, man. That was beautiful.
Finley says, I'm going to sleep until Dom is recovered and back, bringing Latino heat. Hey,
Yeah, he Triple A
so
bound.
Dom, hey, that
Why
might be a
is he
Royal
still
Rumble thing.
champion?
Because they didn't want to.
Hey.
I don't
Yeah.
understand certain people, bro. I be telling you all the time. It's favorites. Why? Not to
If
say I
you
don't
can't
like
go
Dom.
30,
Dom is
30
my
days,
guy.
it's a wrap.
Yeah, Dom is my
If you
guy.
can't go
But if
30
he
days,
out,
it's a wrap.
he gone. Stephanie
He
back
out.
here, gone. Like, why are they there?
I don't think Stephanie
He-
made
he-
it 30 days without competing.
Yeah, and wasn't she
So
supposed to be
I
You
injured?
sure?
And then
give
came
her
out
that.
was fighting Roxanne.
Well, hold up. When the last time Stephanie done wrestled for the? When the last time Stephanie wrestled?
She hasn't defended that shit. She was.
It's
Remember, she was
been a
injured,
minute.
She-
so they had her.
Wait,
down.
wait,
It's
she just
been a while.
Nikki Bella
has-
and
The last
Raquel.
time
That was about a month ago.
Was that? Oh, no, that was the first
Yeah, it was
Raw,
about a month
right? So
ago.
that was January 6th. Is that the
Yeah.
first Raw? So that was
Yeah.
January 6th. So she about to come up on it. So we saying that she about to come up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She about to come up on 1 month as far
Yeah.
as not doing it. So
She about
she
to-
better.
She's able to wrestle though. That's what I'm saying. Dom is not able to wrestle.
Yeah. So he
It's
need to
been
be.
past a month.
If that was the case, you should have. I mean, you should have
Yeah.
let Naomi hold the title, really, and did vignettes and all that stuff, or did stuff from home. That'd have been more
Yeah,
entertaining
that's
than
what I'm
Stephanie
saying.
back here.
Like,
That's
if
what
that,
I'm
if y'all let
saying.
her have her,
That'd have been more entertaining if she'd have sat there and said, "I see you bums.
Mhm.
I see you
Right.
bums trying to come up here. I'll be back eventually soon."
Right.
You know, you could have let Naomi ran with that better than the Stephanie back here thing. I just know when Naomi come back,
Yeah.
she better be able to beat Stephanie back here. I know that. We'll see though.
Yeah, they better not dim her
Mhm.
aura. They
Yep.
better not dim her
5 minutes,
aura.
5 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yep. Shout out to Corky. He says you think Powerhouse Stars will go next or straight up to NXT or straight up to the roster. Straight up to the roster. Main roster guy.
Yeah, straight
Main
up to the
roster bully top
Yeah, he
top
said
mid
the
card.
main
Whatever
roster.
the roster,
Top-
the way they're talking. Yeah,
Yep,
the way
top
they're
mid
acting,
card. Any top mid card, lower
I told
main
you he should
event.
come out with Jericho, man.
Yeah,
Let-
he
let-
should be
let him
the
be
he should be
Jericho's muscle.
the muscle behind somebody. As far as that, he should be that. But
Now, hold on. I'm saying that, but use him with Ethan Page.
that's fine. Either whatever, he should just be muscle to somebody that's a
Mhm.
mouthpiece. Pause. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what he should be. Even when he was like that with Samoa Joe, in a way, that's who he should be. But
Right,
shout out to everybody in the
exactly. Mhm.
comments, man. Love, man. We had a bunch of people here with comments today, man. That's awesome. If you're watching the replay and you didn't get a chance to comment,
Yeah, I
please hit us
appreciate
up in the
that. I'm
comments.
glad nobody was shy.
Please hit us up in the comments if you're watching
Yeah.
the replay. We'll get back to you
We'll
in the comments as
commentate.
well. We appreciate you. But again, if you're new
And
around
our
here,
watch
do us a
alongs. We do
favor.
watch alongs. Comment.
If you're new, do us a favor and hit the subscribe button near BA's left shoulder down there. Also hit the like button and the notification bell. We need likes. Please, likes are the reason that more folks come over here and comment as well. Other than, I made me forget what I was going to say, BA. You laughing at it. You messed me up. Follow us on our other channels as well. BA and the rest of the 695 crew. Larry and Calvin on Get Off the Damn Fence. They talk about all things mainly sports on Wednesday afternoons. My guys over there. Also follow BA as well with Rel, Big J, and I'm about to call him Cuz and Will over on Cuz We Geek, where they talk about all things geek culture and movies. Basically, in movies and television, they have shows every Tuesday evening and Saturday morning. If you're into basketball, Cap and Crown, man, myself and Rel, we do shows every Monday evening, Wednesday evening, Friday morning. We show games in Discord as well. We discuss and recap them and have members only shows on Fridays as well. So please watch that if you're interested. Subscribe to any of those. We do watch alongs as well here. Follow all of our socials on We Talk Combat, even the Discord. We have watch alongs and Discords where you can actually watch along and see video. We do watch alongs as well on YouTube for all the shows. So all week we've been doing that. You can't really watch the show on YouTube, but you can come over here and interact with us, one of the hosts. And other than that, is there anything else that need to be said? I don't think so. No.
I know we'll
Keep it
see y'all at
moving.
Royal Rumble this week.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all. Yes, next week, same combat time, same combat channel. Not sure if it's going to be Saturday afternoon or if it's going to be Saturday evening or Sunday afternoon. We'll let y'all know. But either way, we'll see y'all next week. We are the best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is on YouTube. We appreciate y'all so much. Same combat time, same combat channel, and we out, y'all. Peace.